You're sitting there watching a movie at night, the screen goes to a dark scene, and suddenly you notice it. Those glowing patches or bright halos hanging around the edges or corners of your screen that definitely shouldn't be there. That's screen bleeding, sometimes called backlight bleed. And once you notice it, it's almost impossible to unsee, especially during dark scenes in movies or games. The good news is that in a lot of cases, this is something you can actually improve yourself without immediately shipping your laptop for expensive repairs. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through what's actually causing it, how to properly test for it, and every fix worth trying, starting with the safest options and working toward the more hands-on stuff. First, let's quickly talk about what screen bleeding actually is, because understanding the cause helps you understand which fixes will actually work for your situation. Basically, laptop LCD screens work by having a backlight shine through liquid crystal layers to create the image you see, and that backlight is supposed to be evenly contained within the panel. Screen bleeding happens when that light leaks out around the edges instead of staying where it belongs, usually because of uneven pressure somewhere on the panel, gaps in how the screen was assembled at the factory, or physical stress from things like drops, tight backpacks, or heavy objects sitting on a closed lid. It's worth mentioning that IPS panels, which a lot of modern laptops use because of their great color and viewing angles, are actually somewhat more prone to this than older panel types, just because of how their structure is built. So if you've got an IPS screen and you're seeing a bit of bleed, that alone doesn't necessarily mean anything is broken. Before jumping into fixes, it's worth properly testing how bad your specific situation actually is, since a small amount of glow in the corners is honestly pretty normal on plenty of laptops and might not be worth chasing down at all. To test it properly, go into a completely dark room, pull up a fully black image or background in full screen mode, and turn your brightness all the way up. This is going to make any light leakage as obvious as possible, so take note of where you're seeing it, how intense it is, and whether it's confined to the edges and corners or bleeding into the middle of the screen. Then do the same test again in a normal lit room with your everyday brightness settings, since that's a much better representation of what you'll actually be dealing with day to day. If the bleeding is mild and only shows up in a pitch black room at max brightness, that's genuinely common and often not worth extensive intervention. But if it's clearly visible under normal use, that's when it's worth working through these fixes. The very first thing to try, and honestly the safest possible fix, is simply adjusting your brightness and contrast. Screen bleeding tends to get more noticeable the higher you push your brightness, so try dialing it down a bit using your keyboard's brightness keys or through your display settings, and see how much that alone improves things. While you're in there, it's also worth checking your color profile, since a lot of laptops ship with a vivid or dynamic display mode turned on by default, and switching over to a standard or sRGB profile reduces the voltage being pushed through the backlight, which can noticeably calm down an aggressive bleed. This won't physically fix the light leak, but it makes it far less noticeable in day-to-day use, and it costs you absolutely nothing to try. Next, take a look at your actual display menu settings and reset any custom color calibrations back to their defaults, since sometimes a previous calibration or a setting you forgot about is actually exaggerating the issue more than the hardware itself is. While you're troubleshooting, it's also worth updating your graphics drivers, since outdated or mismatched drivers can occasionally cause weird display anomalies that look similar to backlight bleed. Head to your laptop manufacturer's website or your graphics card manufacturer's site if you know whether you're running Intel, AMD, or NVIDIA graphics, download the latest driver for your specific model, install it, and restart your laptop to see if that clears anything up. If adjustments alone aren't cutting it, the next thing to check is physical pressure being applied to your screen, since this is one of the most common causes of bleeding that develops over time rather than being there from day one. Think about how you're storing and using your laptop day to day. Are you tossing it into a backpack with other heavy items pressing against the lid? Are you resting a controller, book, or your phone on top of the closed laptop? Even small amounts of consistent pressure on the lid can push the display against the keyboard and slowly misalign the liquid crystal layers or compress the foam gaskets that are supposed to seal the panel evenly. Going forward, keep your laptop on a flat, stable surface. Avoid stacking anything on top of it when it's closed, and check that your laptop bag isn't squeezing it against other items. For those comfortable getting a little more hands-on, there's a gentle pressure technique some users have had success with, though I'd treat this as a last resort before considering professional repair. With the laptop completely powered off and unplugged, take a clean microfiber cloth and very gently apply light, even pressure around the specific areas where you're noticing the worst bleeding. Then power it back on and check for any improvement. The idea here is that this can sometimes help redistribute pressure or nudge slightly misaligned layers back into better position. I want to stress the word gentle here because pressing too hard can genuinely damage your screen and make things worse. So if you're not confident doing this, it's completely fine to skip this step entirely. While you're already checking things over, grab that same microfiber cloth along with a proper screen cleaning solution and give your screen and the surrounding bezel a gentle wipe down. This sounds almost too simple to matter, but dust and grime sitting along the edges of your display can scatter light in ways that make existing bleeding look noticeably worse than it actually is. So a clean screen alone sometimes takes the edge off what you're seeing. Now, if you've worked through all of that and the bleeding is still significant, especially if it's accompanied by other issues like flickering, discoloration in the middle of the screen, or if you know the laptop was recently dropped or knocked around, it's genuinely time to stop trying DIY fixes and get a professional opinion. At that point, you could be dealing with a failing inverter, a properly damaged LCD panel, or loose hinge screws putting ongoing stress on the display, none of which you can permanently fix with software tweaks or a gentle wipe down. Before paying out of pocket, it's absolutely worth checking whether your laptop is still under warranty, since a lot of manufacturers will replace a defective screen at no cost if this is a manufacturing issue rather than something caused by damage on your end. So to sum it all up, start with the safe stuff. Lower your brightness, switch to a standard color profile, reset your calibration, and update your graphics drivers. Then look at how you're physically handling and storing your laptop day to day, since ongoing pressure is a huge contributor to bleeding that gets worse over time. If you're feeling brave, a very gentle cloth massage around the worst spots can sometimes help, and a simple screen cleaning never hurts either. And if none of that meaningfully improves things, don't keep messing with it yourself. Check your warranty and get it looked at by a professional instead. If this video helped you understand and improve your screen bleeding, drop a like, subscribe for more laptop troubleshooting videos like this one, and let me know in the comments how bad your bleeding was and whether any of these fixes helped you. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.